Welcome back to Vintage Vinyl down here in the basement at CourierJournal.com with 1, Tom Heiser, 2, Jeffrey Lee Puckett, and one of the great basement rock bands of all time. The Cheap Trick.
The Cheap Trick. You could even call them a garage band. One of the best.
The pride of Rockford, Illinois, Cheap Trick, one of the most fun and best live bands I've ever seen. Every time out, they're awesome.
And live is key, as we will hear.
Yes.
Live is key on this show, and it's very rare that you're going to hear us talk about live performances just absolutely knocking out and flooring a studio version of some of our favorite songs.
Right.
So I'm going to kick it off at number 10 with Voices.
I like that song.
Yeah, I've always loved that song. Number 9, If You Want My Love, was a comeback song. I don't necessarily think that, I didn't want to put it up a little bit higher, but I really love that. So it's certainly not their best, but I like that. Was kind of was one. I don't want to say it was their last album, but it was one of their.
They've had so many records in the last few years. But I enjoy the fact that you like their ballads.
Yes.
Power ballads. I think they are fantastic at power ballads, and a lot of people
Underrated.
just dismiss power ballads out of hand. But I think a good power ballad is
that's
a thing to treasure.
It's excellent. It's a treasure.
Yeah.
Number 8, I'm going with a fun song. We're talking about how fun they are, California Man.
Yes.
Number 7, She's Tight.
That's another fun song.
It is a fun song, and obviously it's about when you go out on a date with a girl who doesn't have a lot of money. She doesn't want to pay for everything. She's tight. Okay. And number 6, I'm going with the Dream Police.
Excellent.
From the self-titled album, The Dream Police.
That's a good
Inside My Head. Da 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 da.
My bottom 5 is starts with Need Your Love.
Yes.
Which is also a live showcase. Probably the ultimate example, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, of studio to live. I Want You to Want Me.
Yes.
Number 8, I cheated a little bit, Heiser, at number 8. Because in my opinion, the first 2 albums, I always love the fact they each start off with a welcome to the album song.
Yes, okay.
First album starts with Hello Kitties, and the second album starts with Hello There. So I went with both those as a split.
That is a cheat.
Yeah.
That is a cheat, as we will see.
7, this begins my campaigning for my favorite Lost Cheap Trick album, which is Standing on the Edge.
Okay.
From about 79, 80, something like that. I think 80. Anyway, I have This Time Around, which is just another sort of ballad-y song. And then How About You, which is another Standing on the Edge song, is number 6.
Wow, you brought 2 of them. I was going to say you brought 2 of them in on that.
Yeah,
wow.
It might not be the last one.
It might not be. Well, I want to say before we get into our top 5, the Cheap Trick does hold a very iconic place in the pop culture of, let's say, the 90s, with the Fast Times at Ridgemont High people,
right,
being me, Mike Damone. Let me give a shout out to Mike Damone from the movie. I'm sure our illustrious video producers will find this somehow, that he finds the moment to do the Cheap Trick montage.
Can you honestly tell me that you forgot? Forgot the magnetism of Robin Zander or the charisma of Rick Nielsen?
That's kid stuff.
Kid stuff? Well, how about the tunes? I want you to want me. The Dream Police. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Your mama's all right. Your daddy's all right. But just seem a little bit weird. Surrender.
Can I talk to you for a sec?
Which is amazing. Dream Police was included, and we'll hear more of that as we go forward. But at number 5, I'm going with Hello There. Ladies and gentlemen, da-da-da-da-da. That's a great opening. Live at Budokan, it is as much as Live at Budokan is about, I Want You to Want Me and Surrender. Hello There is a fantastic opening.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to ride? Are you ready or not? Would you like to do another with me? Would you like to do another with me? Would you like to? Would you like to? Would
They've got some, I guess their pop songs sort of became what everyone knows them for. But they could be heavy.
That was
They
it,
could be
yes.
super heavy.
Yes, they could.
And both Hello Kitties and Hello There are pretty heavy riff
I'm going to get heavy here in just a second.
songs. My number 5 is my last cut from Standing on the Edge, 3 in a row, just to let people know how much they need to find that record somewhere and give it a listen. It's Tonight It's You,
Okay.
which is, I think it was a minor hit.
I don't know why you mean that much to me. You don't know it feels like loving you. We all know the change is good for you. That's alright. Gonna do what you gotta do anyway.
They really
Very
haven't,
minor.
yeah, they haven't had a big hit in quite some time.
Going back maybe to If You Want My Love, You Got It. I mean, that might have been the last one. It's certainly got played out enough on MTV.
Anyway, that's the last I'll mention Standing on the Edge. Great album, not as good as In Color.
No.
Which is a fantastic record, probably their best, but still a great album.
Talking about the hard rock, I'm going in at number 4 with Gonna Raise Hell. And I say that because the opening of that song, Gonna Raise Hell, Gonna Raise, I mean, that is, you know, it's not the fun Cheap Trick.
Right.
With the beginning of that song. So that's as, I don't know if it's as hard as they get, but it's as hard as of all the Cheap Trick songs that I really, really enjoy.
If all I've heard is true, there's nothing much I can do to change the world. It's irreversible. But in what it lacks, got a decent smash out of something irresistible. Gonna raise hell, gonna raise hell, gonna raise hell.
I get the feeling that Rick Nielsen maybe has a little damaged side of him somewhere.
A damaged side. Nice.
He seems so goofy, you know, he's always got the goofball thing with the funny hats
right,
and
right,
stuff. But I believe he's probably broken a few doors down in his day.
Sure.
Voices is my number 4.
Oh, good choice.
Put it up a little bit higher just because
It needed some love. I'm glad you did that.
I'm a fool again. I fell in love with you again. Please stand here every day. You knew what you were looking for. Do you hear the voices in your ear?
well, I am so big a fan of Robin Zander. When people talk about the great rock and roll singers, he doesn't come up nearly enough. That guy has just got a cannon of a voice and a lot of just quality to it. You know him as soon as you hear him. You know it's Robin Zander.
And in a band that did not have good hair, he stood out. He stood out for having good hair.
I don't know if Bunny. No, Bunny has.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but
but well, but not.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as his.
Anyway, Voices number 4.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
At number 3, I'm going with arguably one of the most fun songs in the entire catalog is "He's a Whore." And the reason I like that, when the song starts off with, she's got a face that'll stop a clock, but but she's got green.
Yeah.
So I like that, and then just the fact that the refrain of "He's a whore" is in the background. He's talking about, "I like to make money." He's a whore. Da, 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 da. That is fantastic. You know, he doesn't even need the refrain. It's just all in the background. It's a fun rock and roll song.
She's tight. He's a whore.
Yeah.
Match made in heaven.
Yes, it is.
My number 3 is the great "Come On, Come On."
There we go.
They're so good at the big riffs and also the big choruses. That's more than half your battle right there. Another In Color song.
Another In Color song.
Yeah.
Well, number 2, I'm going with the live version again of I Want You to Want Me. It's got to be the live version.
Probably no one's listened to the studio version in 30 years.
I know I haven't.
And you haven't missed anything because it's interesting because it's just so different from the version that is ingrained in all of our rock brains. But the studio version is just a strange little skiffly pop song that at Budokan turned into this unbelievably dynamic pop anthem.
I want you to want me. I need you to need you. I love you, love me. I beg you to make me.
Oh yeah, and it even kind of blends in with one of those kind of the Kingsmen songs where you almost can't even understand the lyrics. You know, and you don't care. It's just such a great rock and roll song and such a great rock and roll melody. You just want to say, "I love it if you're dying." Oh, I mean that's just it. You just want that's all you need to know. Just mumble your way through that part right there, and you're Robin Sanders.
Is that your number 2?
That was my number 2,
My number 2 is Southern Girls.
which hovered in the 11 to 12.
Did it?
Yes, it did. That's yes.
Yeah, I like that one because it's so poppy. It's not big and brassy and bold, but it's just so catchy and so poppy. A lot of little intricate hooks. Flying around in there. In Color again.
Mm-hmm. Number 1 was not difficult.
Number 1 was the easiest pick ever, I think.
Yes, I think we both did the same thing. We've often found common ground at number 1, but this one was very simple. Surrender.
Surrender, obviously one of the greatest rock songs ever. One of the greatest verses ever with the Got My Kiss records out, ends with the great revelation.
Yes.
Mom and Dad rocking.
Yes, exactly. It's teen angst. And I flash back again to Damone going, your mama's all right, your daddy's all right. Surrender.
Surrender from Heaven Tonight, a really good studio recording, but just transforms
Yes.
At Budokan. Apparently the magic land of Cheap Trick.
And how do you explain this? Because can you say that Rick Nielsen or that any of them, the drums, the guitar are transcendent in any way? What makes their live performance just that much better than the studio?
Well, they all are excellent musicians. They don't show it off a lot. What's his name? Peterson.
What's his name?
The bass player plays that 12-string bass. So he can navigate
chops.
extra strings.
That's true.
We're saying that. Bunny is considered a really great drummer. They're all considered fabulous musicians, but they don't. They know when not to play, which is crucial.
Okay.
Everybody is a pretty good player at that level, but some people like Steve Vai and all those, they just won't stop playing. They just keep going, blah 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 blah. But Cheap Trick, they play exactly what the song needs, so they don't really overwhelm the song. But I think if you ask any 10 drummers, I bet 8 of them have Bunny on their list of drummers they admire.
That is an excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent reference.
Yeah. So there you have it. That's our best, our favorite Cheap Trick songs. We're not going to say best. These are our favorites.
Yes.
Your favorites probably differ somewhat, and we would like you to let us know that. Go to our Facebook page, CJ Vinyl, Facebook/CJ Vinyl, and we're going to have both these lists up there, and lots of excellent clips from Fast Times, including.
Oh, yeah.
We'll probably use this as an excuse to put Phoebe Cates on.
Darn. Yeah, well, there we go. There's a reason to do the Cars.
That is.
There's a reason to do a
There's
show.
reason to do the
There we
Cars.
go.
It'll just be all Phoebe Cates in slow motion. And us talking in the background. All right, thanks for joining us here at Vintage Vinyl down in the basement at courierjournal.com. Jeffrey Lee Puckett, Tom Heiser. We'll see you again.